There is so much to like about Mexico City. So much to like. Not a lot to hate. I don't know what there is to hate from my experience thus far. So, part of the reason why I'm here in Mexico City, besides going on a little vacation for myself, getting out of the country for the first time in 3 years, is to actually see if Mexico City would be a place that I would enjoy living. From what I've seen so far, it's definitely a nice place. I can understand why people from all over the world, and particularly people from the United States, are deciding to move here.
In fact, I got to spend the first few days of my visit staying with a good friend of mine, Tom Kugler, and he's adapting quite nicely after being in Mexico City for more than a year.
Y ellos necesitan secar un poco. Okay, está bien. ¿Tienes ropa ahora mismo? Sí. Okay, solo puedo tener esto. They had their family in the car right next to us, and they were like looking at us, smiling.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they have a couple little girls. So it's like a father and, well, it's like a couple, right? And they own that, and then their daughters sometimes work there.
How old is the daughter?
I don't know. I think she probably.
She looks like she might be 12 or something.
Yeah, she's around that age. Yeah, I would say.
Tom gave me a first-hand look at what it's like to live a local's life in Mexico City. He lives in a neighborhood that's mostly Mexican. Very few, if any, gringos are living there compared to the popular barrios of Condesa, Roma, and Polanco, which I'll get to later in this video. But from restaurants, parks, and local markets, Tom's neighborhood had it all. And all of this was available to him at an affordable cost for someone like him who's earning US dollars.
The apartment he stayed at, it's in a local neighborhood, as I mentioned, and it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, and he pays about $800 a month for everything. Internet, utilities, sewer, water, garbage, about $800 a month.
Now, you can find similar housing prices in other parts of Mexico City, including the hotspots around town. In fact, during the latter half of my stay in Mexico City, I actually stayed at an Airbnb in La Condesa. As I mentioned earlier, this is a very popular neighborhood for foreigners like Tom and myself. And my Airbnb host, Luis, was actually gracious enough to show me another property, another rental that he actually is leasing out on Airbnb for a very affordable price.
So we go to the apartment.
Okay.
And the apartment is, the apartment is in a very traditional building of this area, because remember that Condesa was built in the 30s, 40s. So
Okay.
the apartment is from the 30s, and actually it's very. These are the apartment buildings. They're unique because in the neighborhood, many of these buildings were turned down, and new buildings just like that one were built. Or this ones. These are the new designs, and you can see the new designs and the old designs from 30s. So we live. These are 6 buildings all together with the same design, and we live in the first one, number 160.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to the what we. For us in Mexico is the first floor, and for you is the second floor.
Okay.
Remember that for us, this is not the first floor. This is the ground floor, and the first floor is the first above.
Okay.
So we're gonna walk to the first floor, and that's where the apartment is. Okay. This is the place, and let me explain you a little bit about it.
Yeah.
The original design. This used to be the kitchen. So when people got inside the apartment. This was the kitchen, this was the dining room, and that was the living room. What we did is we took the kitchen out, We place the kitchenette here. You have all of the services. We have a bar. Still, you have your fridge, microwave, everything. And then we have an extra bathroom. And here we have this didn't exist. This is a false wall, okay? And here we have the first bathroom. And the bathroom has a queen size bed. It's really comfortable. All the rooms have a television and a desk for studying or whatever, working. So it's very good for home office. You have a good Wi-Fi here, and the televisions are intelligent televisions, so they're connected directly to the Wi-Fi. You have YouTube, Netflix, and this one has a Chromecast. So all of the rooms have space for a closet for your clothes, okay? And this is the first room. The second room
Really nice.
has a double bed.
Oh wow.
And a single bed, and also the closet. And here we have the television and the desk and everything for studying. Okay, so this is like the second bathroom. Okay.
Wow, this is really nice.
And here, this is the other full bathroom, okay? So you have your shower, you have your boiler, okay? And there are two full bathrooms here. The first one at the entrance and this one. And this is the third bathroom, okay? Also with a twin bed, if you want to come in. The twin bed, the television, the space for studying or working. So each of the three bedrooms has a desk, a television, and Wi-Fi. So it's pretty independent, and they share the. We have the two bathrooms and the kitchen area, the bar for as a table, and a small place for living. Okay.
Oh wow.
So that's it. We within the rental part, it's all, as I told you, included. All the services, and all the services are water, gas for the stove, for the hot water of the bathrooms. We also have the electricity and the Wi-Fi included, and maintenance of the building, because they pay the general cleaning and everything. Okay.
Gotcha.
So that's it.
Cool. And so you said, I remember you told me the price would depend on like how many people are
Yeah,
staying
the price
in
will
place.
depend on how many people.
So-
This place is good too, and we have had, for example, some parties coming with even 7 guests. So for them, it's very convenient because they're sharing 7 people the same price, and we have like they're usually couples and a friend. So as we have a queen size bed, that's 2 people.
Yeah.
In each room we have a double bed and a single and a twin bed, so that's 3 in each room. So that's 3 and 3 is 6 plus 2 is 8. So we have 8 people very comfortable sleeping and doing their own things.
Gotcha.
And 2 bathrooms.
So would if let's say hypothetically I rented it, would you allow me to sublease any of the spaces?
If you sublease any of the spaces, you will be required, because it depends on how many people you're subleasing. And as I am paying all of the additional services and all of the services, you will have to inform me, and you will have to give me a fee. We will set a fee of how many people you will be leasing, and probably it will be a good business for you as well. Okay, because I'm not gonna. I mean, the rent doesn't doubles or triples just because another person. It's just another extra fee for the services. But it's not
like if occasionally I had like a guest or something, you know, like
if occasionally you have a guests, we have an invited guest fee. And that is a fee per night. Like if you were staying in a hotel and you were inviting someone else and staying in a different room in the hotel, so you will probably pay an additional fee. But that is an additional fee per night per guest is about 300 pesos, like $15, which is nothing per night.
That's pretty good.
But if you want to, let's say, sublet, sub-rent, or you want to rent it to a friend who's going to be staying here for a month, a whole month, you just let me know, and I will let you know how much that is. It's not going to be like 300 per 30 now. That's too much. So it'll be like another fee. But we will have to discuss it based on each specific case.
Okay, so besides affordability, another reason why I'm so high on Mexico City is the fact that it is a very walkable place. You know, as someone who is born and raised from the west coast of the United States, I'm really accustomed to getting everywhere by car. And being in Mexico City was a nice change of pace to be able to step outside of my friend's apartment or my own Airbnb and just explore the city by foot. Starting with Francisco Madero Avenue in the historic downtown district.
Yeah, I mean, like, as we walk down here, like, it almost feels like we're in Europe.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels very European.
This is the street. This is the street.
What street is this?
This is just the one where people walk. I mean, there's no cars.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, right here, this right here feels, this is very European.
Yeah.
Now, how long does this street go?
It's gonna end in about 4 o'clock, I think. And then you have Bellas Artes on your right-hand side, which is that big building I want to show you. It's beautiful. And then you have a park. You have a park that's on the other side of Bellas Artes, and this street just keeps on going.
Walking down here in Polanco, they have all these like modern buildings built out here in Polanco, but behind them are like these walking paths and bike paths in the middle of these new modern developments. I think the area is called Parque Lineal, I should say. You can kind of see behind me, and you've got like railroad tracks. On the other side is a bike path, and then here is just like where all the pedestrians walk.
One of the days I even went for a run on Paseo de la Reforma. Now, Paseo de la Reforma is the main thoroughfare that runs all the way from downtown through the main business and financial districts in Mexico City.
I mean, this is amazing if you can see behind me. I mean, we've got this whole like wide sidewalk where you can walk, you can rent a bike as well. And you can also go running here, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm going for a run at the moment. So, it's a beautiful place, man. Beautiful place, and it just seems more modern here, this area. A little bit more modern, whereas like Condesa and Roma are a bit more, you know, they cater to foreign tastes, but it's a bit grittier. Here, this is clearly where business is done.
Now, related to the walkability of Mexico City is the amount of green space you can find all around town. There are trees that line all the streets practically in Roma and Condesa, and there are parks of all shapes and sizes around Mexico City.
Here I am again, still on this run, and I'm now in Plaza del Rio de Janeiro, I believe. Behind me, you can see that there is the Statue of David. It's a beautiful fountain. I just saw it on the run. I wasn't even going to run into this direction. I saw it. I decided to walk this way. We got like this nice little plaza here. People hanging out. Places like this, man, again, there are gathering spots here in Mexico City for you to just hang out, people watch, relax, look around. You know, this is what's beautiful about this place, for real. I'm here in the I don't know, I guess you would call this like the main square of Parque Mexico, and you've got a variety of people here doing exercises, workouts, training of different types. I got one guy over there who is jumping rope at the moment. See, there's quite a few dogs here. Even this bulldog hanging out with me. Maybe I should just... This guy over here. We got people behind me doing some tire training, calisthenics, weightlifting, all kinds of things here. It's a good little spot, and it seems like in the mornings here in Mexico City, people come out to these parks to go work out and train. So I think if you're an active person, this is a good place to be, because you've got a culture of exercise here in the city. I am here in Chapultepec Park now, and this park is massive. And I was just thinking, you know, I'm on day 7 here. I've been here in Mexico City for a week, and the longer that I stay here, the more I can actually see myself living here. And I think you can understand why if you just look around me and where I'm walking. Again, this park is massive, and I don't even think I'm gonna be able to finish exploring this entire park in one day. It's gonna take a couple different trips actually. Check out this view here, Mexico City, from Chapultepec Castle. In the distance there, I can actually see Paseo de Reforma. It's supposed to actually rain in a few hours here in Mexico City, but as of right now, I think everyone is taking it in and enjoying the beautiful weather that you've got here in Mexico City.
Now, I can't do a video talking about possibly moving to Mexico City without taking into consideration arguably the most important quality that CDMX has to offer. Oh, I'm talking about the food.
Oh, here, speaking of, gracias. See, there you go. Gracias. Yeah, I ordered it with eggs. Yeah.
And there's a lot of places to eat, especially very good price places. Like this one in the corner, SAS Condesa. It's a place that we call fast food. And we call it comida corrida in Spanish, which is like for $5 you get 3 courses, water. It's really not expensive.
Is that like in the afternoon or evening also?
They start serving breakfast
Okay.
at I think 8 a.m. And they finish by 5 or 6.
If you like Mexican food as much as I do, then of course Mexico City is going to be a no-brainer. It has everything from Michelin star rated restaurants like Puyo and Polanco, as well as an endless amount of taco shops all around the city. In fact, on my last night in Mexico City, I went on an impromptu taco tour with Eliza, a new friend and fellow traveler who was also staying at Luis's Airbnb around La Condesa. And we kicked things off with a stop at Tacos El Greco, which is known for its Arab-style tacos.
Son 2 con queso y 4 sin queso, amigos. ¿Va bonito?
So what did you order again?
Taco donoraki con queso with a flour tortilla, not corn.
Do you know what donoraki is? Did you look it up?
No.
Okay, Eliza, what do we have here? What is the next thing that you ordered?
This is a taco campechano con queso.
Campechano. And what did campechano translate to?
I think it's like chorizo and meat mixed together,
Okay. Good.
but I don't know.
And I had chuleta, which is pork.
something. I forget which part of the
Some
part of the pig. I forgot.
Yes. Ooh,
Oh, gracias.
this looks so good. Look at the cheese.
Wow. Do you think this is gonna be the last one that we do?
I think this might be the last one. This looks quite intense.
We've been to 3 places, so I think the tour is coming to an end here. To cap off the night, we had to finish on a high note, so we made our way to El Moro, which has been making arguably the best churros in Mexico City since 1935. I've been here basically like every day.
Oh my god,
All
it's
right,
so big.
let's see.
I'm gonna make a mess now.
What does Eliza think of
Oh.
churros here?
Oh, it's so good.
You want to try it with chocolate too?
But this one's easier to dip.
Yes.
Really, really nice. 10 out of 10.
Are you recording?
Yeah, I'm recording. So it's like your 5th day there, right?
Yeah, this is like my last day here.
And for sure, so far, as of now, you would come back there, right? And at least settle there for more than a year?
I could see myself being here for like a couple years. I could definitely see that. Like I was thinking about this, like trying to decide where to move to next is thinking about, all right, I'm gonna be 36 at the end of this year, pretty much. Can I see myself here at least until the beginning of my 40s, or any place that I end up moving? And I feel like for Mexico City, yeah, the answer is yes. I could see myself being here until that time. That is Mexico City in a nutshell. Those are just some of the reasons and factors that I am taking into consideration when it comes to possibly moving into Mexico City. If you are doing the same, maybe these are factors that you want to consider too, and I hope this video helps you out. But before I close out this video, I do want to mention something that I think is important to discuss, and that is, of course, the potential impact of moving to a place like Mexico City as a foreigner. Now, in case you haven't heard, there's been quite a lot of talk about the amount of people who are moving to Mexico City and Mexico at large from all over the world. Now, I think as a foreigner who is potentially considering moving to Mexico City, these are things that you have to keep in mind. You know, I come from a country where we have not had the greatest relationship in recent years with our friends south of the border.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
And for us to be now coming in and deciding to take advantage of what is lower prices for us, but high prices for them, of course, it gives you a bit of mixed feelings about everything. So to close things out, I want to leave you with something that my friend Tom told me about being a foreigner in Mexico City. And I hope it's something that you take into consideration yourself if you are like me and you're deciding to call this place your new home.
When you're here in Mexico and you're a gringo and you're like interacting with people and you're saying thank you, like you are a representation of the United States. You know, if they know you're a gringo, you are a representation of that. And so like you can make a hell of an impression on just like that single person. You know, they might remember that. And if they remember you, then they might like forget about a lot of the shit that Trump said, you know, about them.
Exactly.
And they might give us another chance.
Thanks for watching the video, and please, if you haven't, make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.